Thank you very much, guys. Kicking off this one, it is the group of death. And LMQ have come in with Phoenix Downs, Life Spells, the Holy Grail, Respawns, a Guardian Angel, and
Revive.
Once again, every single one of you are wrong. How have LMQ done it again?
Once again, this is the first one I've gotten wrong.
Freak, you voted for
Thought
OMG at the beginning of the day as well, I'll have you know, despite not being on the desk.
I said that, whatever.
Regardless, you were wrong. Let's talk picks and bans. Let's talk early game. Fnatic got a slight lead. It didn't really amount to much control, though. Crepper, maybe start us off.
Yeah, what I liked what LMQ did was recognize that like they lane swapped, they played it well. They sent more immediately down the bottom to like keep the control there. And Fnatic had a little bit of trouble getting SOA strong in the early game, which showed later. They basically, Fnatic's sidewave control this game was really bad. They kept waiting too long. Once the TP was down, they had nobody that was dealing with the sidewaves, and they couldn't really send SOAs because he was too weak at one point. So they kept sending Reckles, but then they got caught off guard. They did done something really well though in the middle of the game, and I think we have a replay of that. I think we'll just jump straight into that, and then we'll start explaining why LMQ actually ended up winning that. So if we can get that replay on your screen right now of the first dragon move.
We'll get that up in a second. Just as a note as well, Rengar banned out against LMQ. That was a confusing one. You know, has been played a couple times by No Name, not particularly successfully, but you could question research, you could question looking into it.
It seems more like scouting kind of showed them that they were playing Rengar or something in China, and that kind of tipped them off.
Right, well, Clearlove had a really good one, right? Like, and Insec as well were both really good Rengar players. And like, well, okay, these Chinese, air quotes in the case of Insec, junglers are really good at Rengar. Maybe No Name picked it up as well. But the fact that they banned Rengar over Thresh.
More Thresh was
or Lee Sin.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this Thresh pick, because game one of the day, we were still not convinced in lane. I'm maybe still on the fence about Moore's laning Thresh. However, his mid game and late game is evidently very powerful. Double Lift, what do you think?
So the thing that I've noticed recently most about Moore is that he is always the one to make the game-winning play for LMQ. So sometimes, yeah, he'll get caught, he'll miss skill shots, yeah, here and there. But when LMQ needs to make those game-winning plays, he is always the one to start it off.
So we do actually have two replays. Let's kick the first one off, which is before LMQ get this right. This is the Dragon play you were talking about a little bit earlier, Crepper.
Yeah, I was too excited about it. Probably called it ahead of time. So if you roll the clip right here, what I like is that Yellowstar finally leaves that bottom lane, and he goes mid to put some pressure on Xiao. They don't end up killing him, but they just chunk him, and they force him out. Force his flash with a beautiful bubble right here. Okay, how does Fnatic react right now? They have the pressure mid. Cyanide comes in, cleans that ward right there, I believe. Yes, he does. Beautiful. Then they move all the way down to bottom right now, and basically they're going to catch up more because the vision in the Dragon area is completely dark. More wants to get that vision for his team. Instant reaction by Cyanide. Goes dunk into Xerath ulti. And that's the beauty of Pekka's Xerath sometimes though. He ultis when he knows that people can't turn around to juke you, so you're guaranteed to either juke yourself into death or die. And now again, No Name comes in, he wants some vision as well. The Fnatic's ready, so they just turn in one move from Yellowstar into mid, into a catch in bottom, into the catch on the left side, and they get Dragon. So that's 2 picks and a Dragon, and I really liked what they did there, but they didn't do that enough afterwards. They let it die down, they didn't keep the vision control, their sideways control was getting a lot poorer, and LMQ did a beautiful job just staying in the game.
So I feel like there was maybe some miscommunication or just some sort of strategical imbalance within Fnatic, because it seemed like they wanted Reckless to split push all the time, but Fnatic would put themselves intentionally in really dangerous situations where Pekka could consistently get hooked like that, when all they wanted to do really was get Tristana going, get her to 3 items, and you saw Reckless almost reset and got like a pentakill, even though they were really far behind. So I think they were just a little bit too impatient, or maybe just mispositioned.
Yeah, I agree completely. As far as the comps are set up, you've got actually 2 very good duelos on Fnatic in both Soaz's Lulu and Reckless's Tristana, whereas LMQ really only has the Yasuo. So you've got when you do the 1-3-1 sort of split push, you've got one guaranteed winning lane, and then Xerath just has the wave clear for mid to like hold any pushes back.
Probably.
And I think a big problem was mostly Peke, and not necessarily the team. Not to kind of like pick on him, but as Xerath, when someone's splitting, your job as Xerath is not to poke them. Your job on Xerath is to kill all of the minions.
Yeah.
So many times he's positioning in a way to get poke off, but say you do get poke off as Xerath. When you have a splitter, you're not going to fight that. You're splitting. So his job was clear minions, and I think he got split between killing minions and poking, because it is fun to do a whole bunch of damage.
Double it before we get to the next replay.
And you just have to give props to Moore. Like I can't stress this enough. Against OMG, he was the one who immediately punished Loveling's bad positioning. In this game, he immediately punished Peke, overstepping his boundaries a little bit.
Twice.
He is the one
Yeah.
He is the one to give LMQ those huge leads. Xiao Xiao is the one to kind of capitalize on that with his amazing mechanics, but Moore makes the plays happen.
Oh, double lift once again, Man Crush. New support for this time. You know,
he really does. Honestly, we have a replay here of one of the many absolutely phenomenal Moore plays here. So this is Peke. He's going to be on the wrong side. He's going to hug the wall with a blind jungle. First of all, yes, these turrets, as Jap talked about during the commentary, these turrets are incredibly hard to defend when you're behind. But if you are, don't hug the wall. Like, I feel like every League player has experienced that engage before. Let's roll the replay out. It's the very obvious Peke mistake here. He's right there under his turret. He is at least killing some of the minions here, and then he's just next to that right there, trying to get around the wind wall. Easy hook. There's the play as well. Even Yasuo ulted for good measure, and even though it's a great ulti by Soaz to knock up the Yasuo to prevent some of his damage and try to save Peke, it's just not nearly enough.
It didn't really work out. Now, I'm going to trust my memory. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, when we did the preview show, Monte Cristo was rating the 4 mid laners from this group. I believe Xiao Zhao was ranked 4th. Before the games began, I believe every member of this desk unanimously, minus Freak, felt that he was going to struggle against Cool, felt he was going to struggle against Peke. Now, regardless of the matchup, Yasuo into Xerath, you cannot deny Xiao Zhao's impact in both of his wins today has been significantly better than Cool's or Peke's. Prolly, how has Xiao Zhao either stepped it up or surprised you, or is he just that good?
I'm sorry, Xiao Zhao. I'm sorry. If
We're
you can
all
hear
sorry.
me, we're all sorry for doubting you, because his laning is the best mid lane pre-10 minutes so far in this tournament.
To be
It's
fair-
really impressive.
To be fair, so far I don't think anybody has taken exhaust against him.
Well,
As a second-
Peke did it as Xerath.
Oh, okay.
But it
he got
didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Okay.
And also, like, to give Xiao Zhao more props, Yellowstar roamed on him like a few times in that laning phase. And Xerath versus Yasuo, if you get poked out and get at a health disadvantage as Yasuo, you're never coming back in that lane because you can't CS without taking more poke. So for him to survive that laning phase was really like a hallmark of skill.
Yeah, very well played indeed.
Just in terms of Yellowstar's roaming, I would have actually liked them to roam Nami and Lulu top around like level 4 to break the top lane freeze early, because Kog'Maw was just farming up a storm there, untouched. And normally when you put Kog'Maw in a top lane, it's relatively easy to push it in and just reset that wave and then just like play the map from the start again. But he just got free farm all the way at top, and Fnatic didn't really accomplish too much until that initial roam mid from Yellowstar. Maybe that could have been an answer for the early game.
Well, we do need to roll this one on. North America and North American fans, you guys deserve massive high fives. Your number 2 team beat Europe's number 1 team. Your number 3 team beat Europe's number 2 team.
And
guys, we've got to step away. But when we return, it is our 6th and final match of the day as North America's Cloud9 goes up against the South American Kaboom eSports from Brazil. Stay with us.
I think it's very hard to bear against Xerath. That isn't going to last for long. Oh, Moore coming into LMQ right now, and that is a hit up.
After trying to defend that last time around, Moore actually going to flash in again and play up to Peke. There's the ultimate coming out. Xiao Zhao, he gets the kill. They died for Yellowstar. Going on towards Reckless and early Wild Growth, but Xiao Zhao right in the middle of them. There's the shutdown coming in, and instantly 2 men die. 3, 4, only Sours left alive.